Woohoo! Long rollers for the win. Okay, let's start in a standing position. All right, clear your gear out of the way just so you have plenty of room to move. And in that standing position, just find that sideways hold and start that little swing hip to hip. One more swing hip to hip, and now we're going to take it over to the left hip, but put a little pressure on. So press into the hip and then glide or pull it across the hips over to the other side. Put a little pressure on, pull or glide across over to the other side. Put a little pressure on, drag it across. Awesome. Put a little pressure on and drag it across. Do that one more time. Put a little pressure on, drag it across. And now we're going to move up. So we're going to roll it up to like that midsection or that softer section. Put a little pressure on, drag it across. Put a little pressure on, drag it across. Put that pressure on, drag it across. And hopefully at that midsection area, you can feel that little pull or tug of the skin, the connective tissue. Beautiful. One more time each side here. Nice. And then as you come back to center, we're going to take it back to those front hip points. So staying just where those front hip points are, put a gentle pressure on and a light roll up and down. You're moving up and down about an inch, maybe even less than an inch. One more roll up and down, and then we're going to go past those hip points over to the thighs, and then keep a soft micro bend in the knees so we're not pushing against the kneecaps, but gently push into the roller, push it down towards your knees, push into the roller, come back up to the tops of the thighs. Push into the roller, come towards the tops of the knees, push into the roller and come back up. One more time, push into the roller, come towards the knees, push into the roller, come up, and now we're going to tuck the chin. So hold on to that roller, tuck your chin to your chest, bend your knees, soft pressure on the roller. So we're just going to keep the roller underneath our hands and then gently roll your way all the way down. Take the roller with you. Once you get to the tops of the feet, do that little steam roll. Put a little pressure on, roll it down to the toes and then up to the ankles. Beautiful. One more roll up and down, and then we're going to keep the roller on the ground. Bend your knees a lot, pull your abdominal muscles in, come up to standing. Right leg is going to step onto the roller and then take that soft roll from toe to heel. Beautiful. One more soft roll toe to heel, and then externally rotate the knee so you find the blade edge of your foot, and then roll from the heel to the pinky toe. Nice. One more roll here, and then turn the knee in, find the internal rotation, and then roll the instep. Beautiful. And then bring it back to center, lean in, put a little pressure on, and then slow roll from your heel to your toe. Beautiful. One more slow roll, heel to toe, and then just let the heel drop down to the ground. So keep the ball of the foot and the toes on the roller. Heel comes down, lean in just a little bit further, but keep the pressure off your knee. So you're just kind of getting a handhold, but not pushing against the knee. Get that nice stretch in the heel and the calf. Take a big breath. Lift your chest, lift up nice and slow, and then release that foot. We'll take it right to the other side. So left foot on the roller, slow roll or soft roll from heel to toe. Nice. And then externally rotate, find the outer edge of your heel, rolling from the heel to the pinky toe. Beautiful. And then internally rotate the knee, find the instep, and give that smaller roll there. Beautiful. And then bring that foot back to center, lean in, put a gentle bit of pressure on, and then slow your roll down. One more roll forward and back, and then we're going to push the heel down towards the ground. So the ball of the foot and the toes stay on the roller. Lighten up the pressure that's on your knee, but you can keep that handhold so you keep that forward folded position with the heart. Take one more breath. Awesome. And then lift your heart up, step that foot off, and then both feet in an even position. Take a nice big breath, reach your arms up and overhead, bend your knees, hinge from your waist. Hands are going to find the roller, and then we're going to step down into tabletop position. So one knee down and then the other. Once you've got your tabletop position, we're going to take it from the fingertips to the forearms. So we're going to roll out, keep your weight slightly back into your heels. Awesome. One more roll in and out, and then we're going to flip palms facing in towards each other, and then back to that roll. Beautiful. One more roll in and out, and then flip it again, palms facing up towards the ceiling. Nice. One more roll in and out, and then we're going to flip the palms. Palms are going to face back down. Walk your roller up towards the top edge of your mat, and then into that kind of heart melting pose or puppy pose. So hips stay fairly in line with the knees, chest and the forehead drop down. Take 3 nice big breaths here. Beautiful. When you're ready, pull the abdominal muscles up towards the ceiling, lift your way up, and then move that roller on up and in so that we can place it underneath the thighs. So we're going to rearrange the roller or rearrange your body. So we're coming towards the tops of the thighs, but we're staying off of the front protruding hip bones. Once you've got your way there, elbows and forearms down on the ground, toes are going to help move you. And then we're just going to take that rock forward and back, staying with the top of the thighs. Beautiful. Now, when you come to the top of your roll, so we're off of the hip points, but really close up to that top edge of the hips, bend your knees, swish your heels lightly side to side. So you might have a little bit of limited range of motion here. Nice. One more swish of the heel side to side, and then take it to some alternating toe taps. So one foot's going to touch the ground and then the other. Beautiful. One more alternating toe tap, and then both toes touch down to the ground. And then you're either going to lift up and move the roller or move yourself across the roller. So we're going to move the roller down. So we're coming into that middle part of the thighs. Once you're there, elbows and forearms down, toes to the ground, rock yourself forward and back. Keep that slight firmness in your belly and that slight broadness in your shoulders. So we want to keep the low back protected. Beautiful. Now come to the top portion of that roll. Bend your knees, swish your heels a little side to side. One more swish side to side, and then take it back to center and alternate your toe taps. Beautiful. One more toe tap each side, and then both toes down to the ground, reposition your roller. So now we're coming towards that bottom portion of the thighs. Move it with your hands or move yourself on up your roller. But then once you're there, toes on the ground, elbows and forearms help move you. Just a nice glide up and down. Beautiful. One more glide up and down, and then come to the top of that roll. Bend your knees, swish your heels side to side. Beautiful. One more swish of the heels side to side, and then as you come back to center, alternate your toe taps. Nice. One more toe tap each side. And then with both toes on the ground, we're going to push our way back just a little bit so you can come back up into a tabletop position. And now we're going to take it into our extended child's pose. So big toes are going to come together, knees are going to walk out nice and wide to the outer edges of your mat. Bring your butt back to your heels. And then we're going to start by just pulling the roller in. And then if you're wearing glasses, I'll say just take them off, set them somewhere safe, and we're going to rest the forehead onto the roller. So find that comfortable position. Once your forehead is on the roller, rearrange your arms in any way that feels nice. So you might even choose to release them, swing them behind you, or just let them rest on the roller. But instead of rocking the head side to side, we're just going to allow that gentle weight of your head to rest comfortably on the roller. Soften your low back. See if you can relax the muscles around your knees. Take 2 more cycles of breath here. And then from here, we're going to lift our head up away from the roller just so that we can move our forehead up. So we're going to try to place the forehead right around where your hairline is or where your hairline would be. And we're just going to place that space onto the roller. Once you've got that space on the roller, then find a nice gentle rock of your head side to side. Beautiful. Take one more rock of the head side to side. And then as your head comes back to center, push into your palms, lift your forehead away from your roller. If you took your glasses off, take a second to put them back on. And now we're going to swing our legs up and over the roller so that we can land our shins on. So kneecaps over the edge of the roller, shins on the roller, find that tabletop position first, and then away we go, pulling the knees towards the elbows and then gently pushing the knees away. Beautiful. One more rock forward and back. And then either come backwards or come forwards, totally up to you, but we're going to spin it around so that the roller's out in front of us and we can swing our calves over the roller. So sit back onto your butt, swing your legs over the roller, and then lean back just a little bit so you can rest comfortably and just find that little swish of the toes side to side. Awesome. One more little swish side to side, and then we're going to walk it on up a little bit. So maybe coming up about 2 or 3 inches and come back to that swish, toes rock side to side. Beautiful. One more swish side to side and then move it on up again, finding that middle or thick part of the calf. And then once you're there, toe swish side to side. Beautiful. One more swish side to side. And then we're going to move it on up so that it's underneath the kneecaps with that super generous bend in the knees. Take one big breath. Think up and over with the belly. Reach toward your toes. Take one big breath here in this folded position. Release your handhold, walk yourself back up and in, and then we're going to bend the knees just a little bit more so we can hike that roller up underneath the thighs. And then once you've got it underneath the thighs, push into your hands, lift your butt up, and take about 3 rolls to the backs of the thighs. Beautiful. And then we're going to bring ourselves forward so that we can sit our butt up onto the roller. Once you've got your butt up and over, step your feet out so nice wide position and find a couple of windshield wipers here. Drop the knee side to side. Awesome. One more drop in the knees side to side. And then we're going to grab hold of our right thigh and then do that little twist and turn. So we're going to manually manipulate the muscle tissue, turning it up towards the hip crease and then turning it as we go down towards the knee. Nice. One more twist up and down. And then we're going to extend the left leg. We're going to stick with that right leg. Catch hold of your knee, catch hold of your heel, take a couple of in and out with that knee just to find an external rotation there. Cool. And then we're going to bring the right leg across the left into a little bit of figure 4, and then see if you can slide your left leg in just so you have that ramp and then a nice steady position. Now we're going to take our left hand, palms facing to the bottom of the foot, and we're going to place our fingers between the toes. So we're like you're getting a pedicure and you get those little spacers. So space out your toes, placing the fingers between the toes, and then give it a second, because sometimes at first your foot can reject that motion. And then once you've got it spaced out and your foot feels like it can relax a little bit, let your hand do the heavy lifting, and you're just going to take your ankle, draw it in circles, go in one direction. Take your ankle, draw it in circles, go the other way. Awesome. And then if you can, keep your fingers between the toes, keep your figure 4 situation, but now we're going to lean over to the right. So we're going to keep that space between the toes, lean into that figure 4, and then glide up and down. If you need to release your toes at any point, if it's just like too much going on, release your toes. Prefer to stick with the figure 4 roll. Nice. One more roll up and down, and then we're just going to take about 3 leans into it. So we're going to rock into that figure 4, lean off, rock into it, and lean off. Do that one more time. Rock into it, lean off, and then come back to center. Release your fingers from your toes. Help that leg come off. Send it nice and long. Give everything a little wiggle, a little bounce. Awesome. Readjust yourself on your roller, but now we're going to come over to the other leg. So we're going to grab hold of that thigh muscle tissue and start that twist and turn. So twist up towards the hip crease, twist and turn down towards the knee. Lovely. One more twist and turn up and down. And then we're going to pick up that knee, pick up that heel, take a couple ins and outs with that knee just to find that external rotation. Nice. And then bring that leg across so we get that figure 4 shape going on. Slide your right leg in just so you get that nice little ramp or support. And then right hand underneath. We're going to separate those toes. So fingers between the toes, and then give it a second. Once you get your fingers between the toes, give your foot a second to chill out. And then once you feel like your foot is good, take your ankle, draw it in circles, go in one direction. Take your ankle, go in circles the other way. Awesome. And then if you can keep the fingers between the toes, keep it there, but now lean over to the left and find a nice roll up and down. One more roll up and down, and then we're going to lean on and off. So you're going to roll off the hip and then lean in, roll off and then lean in, roll off, lean in, and then as you come back up, release your fingers from your toes if you haven't already. Set that foot down, take a second to extend both legs nice and long, wiggle your toes, move your ankles, and then hands on the roller, just lift your butt up and away, and then we're going to move that roller so that it's underneath the shoulder blades. Once you've got the roller underneath the shoulder blades, just take a second, make sure your clothes are comfortable, everything feels good, hands behind the head, and we're going to take that lean back. So inhale, lean over the roller, exhale to come up. Inhale to lean back. Exhale to lift. Beautiful. Inhale, lean back. Exhale to come up, and then you choose your own depth of work here. Lean back just as far as feels good, finding that back bend first. And then if it feels really great and you want just that bigger sensation, let your hands come away from the back of the head, reach them up and overhead, and then let your arms be nice and heavy. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, come up, crisscross your arms across the chest and rock side to side. Nice. Now the next time you rock over to the right, lean in a little bit, lift your butt up, and take a good roll up and down. Beautiful. One more roll up and down, and then set your butt down, come back to center, switch the cross in your arms, and then come back to that rock side to side. Beautiful. Now the next time you rock over to the left, stay there, push into your feet, lift your butt up, and roll up and down. One more good roll up and down, and then set your butt down, come back to center, release your arms, readjust the roller underneath you, but now we're going to take that big roll. So you might choose to support the head or release your arms. That'll be totally up to you, but lift your butt up and start to take that big glide all the way up to the tops of the shoulders and then all the way back down. One more big roll up and down. And then as you come towards the tops of the shoulders, let your butt touch down to the ground. And now we are going to roll over onto one side and we're going to place the roller into the softer tissue of the neck. So into the crook of your neck. So you're going to roll over onto your side like you're in a fetal position, but the roller is going to be underneath your neck rather than underneath your head. And then we're just going to take a small, gentle bit of movement here. So once the roller is underneath your neck, that soft crook of the neck, make sure your bottom shoulder feels good. And then just take a little tiny turn of the head side to side. It's going to be so super small, super subtle. And on this side, you won't see me do a big grand motion because I've got the microphone, but just a tiny gentle turn of the head. Make sure you're not putting too much pressure on your neck. Take one more little turn side to side, and then we're going to roll over and across. So take your time, make sure you're not putting too much weight or pressure on the neck. Scoot your bum over and then find that sideline position. So the roller is in the crook of your neck. Find that nice soft position. And then once you're there, a small and subtle movement, gently turning the head side to side. Wonderful. One more gentle turn of the head side to side, and then push your hand into the roller, lift yourself on up. We're going to come up to a seated position just so that we can spin the roller around and finish with the long roller. So we're going to place that roller long ways on the mat, pop your butt up onto the tail end, and then come down with control. So take your time as you come down the length of your spine. Make sure that your tailbone and your head are supported on the roller. Once you've got yourself on, just give a second. Let your feet find a good solid position. Make sure your tailbone, your spine, and your head feel like they're fairly lined up to the best of your ability. And then arms are going to come out nice and wide at a T, palms facing up. Let your arms get nice and heavy here. Take one more breath with your arms in that heavy position. And then we're going to try to keep the backs of the hands connected to the floor best we can. And then as you inhale, arms are going to reach up like you're making a snow angel. Fingertips are going to stay touching the ground if they can. And then exhale, arms are going to come down alongside the body like you're making a snow angel. We're just sliding the hands down. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, arms reach down. Keeping the backs of the hands or backs of the fingertips connected to the ground if you can. No worries if they lift. We're all going to have different range of motion here. Inhale as we come up. Exhale as we lower down. Two more to go here. Inhale as we lift up. Exhale to lower down. Awesome. And then arms are going to come out at the sides, flip your palms so we get those tall piano fingers or those nice tented fingers. So we just help support with our arms. And now we're just going to stick with the right leg. Right knee is going to pull into the chest, extend the toes up towards the ceiling, stretch the leg nice and long. Heel is going to hover above the floor. Pull the knee into the chest, stretch your toes up to the ceiling, extend your leg nice and long. One more time on the side. Pull the knee up to the chest, toe up to the ceiling, extend the leg long. Bend that knee, slide it in. Find your foundation first, and then take it to the other side. Knee pulls into the chest, toe extends up, reach long, but the heel hovers. Beautiful. Bend that knee, pull it into the chest, toe reaches up, extend the leg long. Lovely. Bend and bring it in. One last time here. Knee to the chest, toe up, extend it nice and long, bring it back in, both feet solid on the ground. And now we're going to take our arms into big giant circles. So we're going to circle them around in one direction. One more time in this direction. And then circle the other way. One more circle around in this direction. And then we're going to gently roll our way off of the side of the roller. So take your time as you come off your roller, and then totally up to you whether you choose to sit on your roller or sit onto your butt. but find a crisscross applesauce position with your legs. So I like sitting on the roller sometimes because you get just a little bit of more space for your knees to drop open. So either sitting on the roller or on the ground, that's totally up to you, but then find a nice tall uplifted spine. Just let your hands kind of get out of the way. We're going to drop left ear over to the left shoulder. Let the ear get nice and heavy. And then if it feels good to do so, close your eyes down for a minute. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. One more breath. And then we're going to roll the chin across the chest, taking that ear over to the other shoulder. Once you're there, just let your ear get nice and heavy. Maybe close your eyes down. Take a nice deep breath. Awesome. Roll your chin back to your chest, but then make little figure eights here. So we're just going to draw little figure eights, drawing those circles with the nose, finding a little bit of looseness in the back of the neck. Awesome. One more little figure eight each side. And then again, if you're wearing glasses, this is where I'll highly recommend that you take your glasses off, place them somewhere safe. But now we're going to take our hands, like we're making a little diamond shape with our hands, and we're going to use that diamond shape on our face. So the index fingers are going to come across that space between the eyebrows, and then everything else is going to kind of make that diamond just around the edges of the nose. And then we're going to lean the head forward. So make sure you're seated in a way that feels good and supportive, and you can lean your head into your hands. So a little pressure along the spaces between your eyes. You've got pressure points up at the peaky points of your eyebrows, a little bit of pressure points around your nose and your sinuses, and especially down right into that crease where your nostrils meet the edges of your mouth. So lean into it just a little bit. Make sure you're breathing comfortably. Take one more breath. And then lift up. And now we're just going to take index fingers right to that space, right around where the nose, the nostrils meets that little crease, and put gentle pressure in and then up, and then draw little circles, go in one direction. And it might make your face look funny, but thankfully I'm the only one who's being recorded. And then take those circles and draw them the other way. Nice. And then when you're ready, release your hands, wiggle your face, shake out anything that you may have come across. You guys are amazing. Happy Friday. Be sure to drink plenty of water after doing all of that work.